From predicting what would become the biggest internet scam in YouTube history,
I have a feeling there's gonna, in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great honey conspiracy.
to PewDiePie almost completely exposing Ryan's World using their child as a never-ending money machine.
Okay, mommy needs some dollar.
More energy?
Here are 5 times when YouTubers tried to warn their audience and they were right all along. Starting with Markiplier, where in 2019, he made what seemed like an offhanded comment on stream about a free browser extension called Honey that was blowing up the internet at the time.
I don't know what it is. I don't know why, but I naturally distrust honey.
Honey was promoted by creators all across the internet except Markiplier, who knew the outcome of this free scammy browser extension years before it got exposed.
My gut tells me that nothing in life is free. So where's all these savings coming from? And like the money that people get from honey, I don't trust it. They push so much advertising. They push so much advertising on YouTube. They do brand deals with other YouTubers. I think they've even offered me, and I said no, because I just don't trust honey.
However, no matter how much Markiplier talked himself into believing that Honey would still be fine, he still could never trust them in the long run.
I'm sure it's fine. And like, I got no problem with like the concept of an app that like clips coupon codes for you. That's great. That sounds great on its surface. But there's some shady shit going on. I can't put my finger upon it. But why do they spend millions on advertising? And then people are getting money out of it, and then people are saving money out of it, and that makes sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from?
Then, in the same short video, Markiplier predicted the true outcome of Honey that happened just a few years later.
I have a feeling there's gonna, in like a couple years, there's gonna be the great honey conspiracy of like 2022.
Little did he know that he had just predicted one of the biggest ad extension scams of all time, because just 6 years later in the year of 2025, the tech reviewer by the name of Megalag with almost 900,000 subscribers ultimately exposed the disgusting truth behind the Honey influencer scam.
Honey is a scam, and the majority of claims promoted by those influencers aren't even remotely true. But it gets worse. Honey hasn't just been scamming you, the consumer, they've also been stealing money from influencers, including the very ones they paid to promote their product. And I'm not just talking about a few bucks here. I believe the scam has likely cost content creators millions of dollars. Sound crazy? Well, I didn't believe it at first either, until I experienced it myself firsthand. In fact, I'm confident this might just be the biggest influencer scam of all time, which is insane considering Honey is owned and run by PayPal, who purchased this company for $4 billion.
However, after Megalag posted this video, nobody came into his way to prove that his investigation was false, which led to Markiplier responding just a few weeks later after the video was posted, claiming that he was right all along.
Feel right. I never took a honey deal because I didn't trust it. And holy shit, it was so much worse than I ever could have imagined.
This led to Markiplier explaining that even though other content creators at the time were accepting partnerships from Honey, he still suspected something off about where the money was being pulled from.
And I'm so proud that I didn't take a deal. I knew it. I knew there was something shady. I knew it because it didn't smell right. A lot of other YouTubers that I talked to were saying like I'm crazy and paranoid, but it didn't make sense because where does the money come from? Where do they get the money to pay all these YouTubers? Where do they get the money? It's because they're making money.
This later led to people stating, Markiplier is a smart man, finally someone who remembers if it's free, you're the product. I appreciate that Mark didn't say he knew everything and that it was his instincts that proved correct. Mark could become a detective at this rate, his instincts are often right. However, as accurate as Markiplier was more than 5 years before the Honey influencer scam was exposed, PewDiePie wasn't alone, because in early 2017, PewDiePie was the first creator to try and warn the internet about Ryan's World.
Here's how it looks like when it's open. You can still hear the noises inside.
Yeah. Oh my god, I think he came up with that sentence himself and no one else told him to say that.
You can still hear the noises inside.
Yeah. I don't, like, I'm sure he loves it, you know, I'm sure I would love, when I was a kid, to open a bunch of toys. But at the same time, it's like, it's something off about it. It's kind of like seeing child stars on television, because you know, like, their parents are literally forcing them to do it, and it's just something sad about it, and I can't help but getting the same vibe. You know, obviously I don't know what goes on.
However, while PewDiePie was reacting to the reality behind Ryan's world, he came across an article that showed how this child star could potentially dethrone PewDiePie in the future.
Oh, what is this? 5-year-old threatens to dethrone YouTube king PewDiePie over my goddamn dead body.
However, as much as PewDiePie spotted heavy mental manipulation, he eventually figured out something strange about the viewers of the Ryan's World YouTube channel.
Have you ever seen a video with 11 million views and 9,000 likes? Please direct me to that video because it doesn't exist. These are not real people. These are not real views. There's only 1,000 comments. Take a video where I had 11 million views.
How's it going, Brad? My name's Brad. Today,
It got 22,000 comments.
This would eventually lead to PewDiePie mimicking how the production of Ryan's World videos are filmed.
Okay, baby Felix, can you do it again? But with more energy, okay? Mommy needs some dollar.
More energy?
Mommy needs dollars, okay? Can you do it again, baby? But can you do it with more energy?
More energy?
Yeah, hey, here's a Red Bull, okay? Mommy needs some dollars, so you need to look happy. That's it, the whole thing. There you go.
All of the strange behavior behind the Ryan's World channel led to PewDiePie viewers stating, Ryan's parents use Ryan and take all his money, and Ryan doesn't even realize. You were right all along, his parents are forcing him. However, years later, people noticed that Ryan had still been making content for children when he was a teenager, which raised a lot of suspicion from the internet. Because in 2024, Ryan was featured in an interview which led many viewers into thinking that Ryan was trapped in a never-ending billion-dollar empire for the rest of his life.
I think when I was a kid, I had lots of fun doing the videos like with my sisters and with my parents, because like it's just really engaging and fun for me, and I loved like making the videos because I got to like play with the toys and talk to camera, play with my sisters. It's just really fun throughout the whole video.
Now, in my personal opinion, this is absolutely disgusting, since just around 8 years later, that recreation was tragically accurate. Ryan's channel faced major criticism with all the videos across the internet, including myself, exposing the truth behind Ryan being used as a never-ending money machine, ultimately resulting in PewDiePie's claims to be completely true. But while PewDiePie's warning was brushed aside for being too skeptical, SunnyV2 faced the exact opposite, because in April of 2023, he uploaded a video titled Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for MrBeast.
I think Jimmy is in an inescapable situation. If he kicks out Chris, cancelled. If he don't, his channel will die for real. An inescapable situation is a pretty good way of describing the drama, which is also why it deserves the harsh label of being a nightmare. Jimmy has no option but to publicly express acceptance of Chris's transition, as silence or even worse, disapproval would come with obvious severe repercussions. However, in accepting Chris's transition, Jimmy implies that this will be the new normal within the content, thus annoying a different group of people, many of whom will never express their true feelings and may rather simply click on fewer MrBeast videos. If this is the case, Jimmy has no option but to accept this fate, as removing Chris from the videos in any kind of way could create an even more severe media firestorm.
Many people pointed out that SunnyV2's video was cautious, analytical, and avoided personal attacks. However, that didn't matter. Twitter exploded with people calling Sunny transphobic and parasocial. It got so bad to the point MrBeast himself had to respond defending Chris and lashing out on SunnyV2, stating, yeah, this is getting absurd. Chris isn't my nightmare, he's my fucking friend, and things are fine. All of this transphobia is starting to piss me off. Sunny's video even led other popular creators like Ludwig and Hassan to respond to his video.
That's it. The drama is all you fucks talking about it like it's somehow like the devil. It's not. It doesn't impact anything at all. I don't get it at all. This whole video, I mean, you could have just said, hey, I'm outwardly transphobic and I feel like I don't like when people take HRT, and it would have been more honest.
Absolute psychopathic behavior, bro. Have some shame and decency before you fucking put out a video like this. You don't even fucking know this person, dude. You fucking parasocial freak lord. What the fuck?
However, no matter how much backlash Sunny V2 received for his video on Ava Chris Tyson, he never backed down until just around a year later when Chris has been caught behaving strangely with underage individuals, which ultimately led to MrBeast finally breaking away from them and change his tone completely, stating, "Over the past few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I have been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure that I have all the facts. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with MrBeast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take any further actions based on their findings." This tweet alone led more and more people to become aware of the drama, stating, "Sunny predicted a whole ass war and dodged a nuke." Scrolling through the comments now, it's impossible to find a single hate comment or Chris supporter. However, even though Sunny V2 ultimately won the internet's support after the MrBeast investigation, Jacksepticeye got himself stuck in heated drama with the internet after making a harsh comment towards MrBeast and his content. Because just a few years ago, in 2023, he casually said during a lie detector interview that he didn't like MrBeast's content.
Now Jack, a completely unrelated question. Do you like MrBeast? No. Jack, do you think MrBeast ruined YouTube? Yes. Now, in all honesty, Jack, why? Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun. You just don't think you had fun playing Squid Games? You don't think you had fun riding on yachts? Building wells in Africa? I don't know. If he had fun doing those videos, they'd be longer. We'd see the fun.
This led to an almost instant response where MrBeast responded, "So I ruined YouTube because I didn't buy a mansion and sports cars and instead reinvested my money into making content focused on doing good and inspiring kids to help people. If he had fun, the videos would be longer. What does that even mean? LOL. You think I'd give up an hour of my life for 14 years if I didn't have fun?" This clip is insanely disrespectful in my opinion, and obviously there's so much I could say about his content, but I'll just take the punches and be the bigger man. However, after the severe controversy died down, just around a year later in September of 2024, MrBeast met himself with even more controversy and allegations from a YouTube medical health expert by the name of Dr. Mike, slamming MrBeast, Logan Paul, and KSI's new product Lunchly, a new form of Lunchables, with a lot of criticism.
I usually don't make videos discussing creators' products, but when terms like healthier or better for you get tossed around, I feel it's important to set the record straight.
And fast forward of June 2025, Jacksepticeye came forward to confront MrBeast's new AI thumbnail tool.
There's a new way to make professional looking viral thumbnails with zero Photoshop experience. And the best part is, this new method works in every niche. Whether you do gaming, cooking, beauty, this works for all of them. From creating custom results from any channel to literally being able to put your face on a thumbnail, it literally feels like cheating. This is the home of the AI tool where you can type in any channel on all of YouTube and it'll use it as inspiration for the thumbnail it's generating. So for example, let's say you're MrBeast. You would just type in MrBeast here. Now it's gonna look at all my recent videos and get inspiration from them. And for the prompt, I'm gonna type in stranded on a volcano. And there you go, we now have a thumbnail.
This promotion eventually led to Jacksepticeye responding due to him being one of the featured channels in the advertisement, stating, "What the actual fuck? He used my logo in the promotion for it too. I hate what this platform is turning into. Fuck AI." This eventually led to many viewers commenting things, "This aged like fine wine, now MrBeast is promoting AI thumbnails." And Jack called it. A lot of people owe him and a lot of other people an apology. Because in December of 2022, Coffeezilla released a 3-part documentary titled Investigating Logan Paul's Biggest Scam, which ultimately uncovered the truth behind CryptoZoo, Logan Paul's NFT game.
Money, how much did you guys make from CryptoZoo?
I lost around $50,000 in CryptoZoo.
I lost $40,000.
I lost around $15,000 US.
I lost $25,000.
$120,000.
$500,000 Australian, which is $500,000 in CryptoZoo.
Shut up! No, you haven't!
However, Logan Paul became very angry towards the criticism for his crypto scam and has now deleted YouTube video attacking Coffeezilla for his investigation.
You see, Coffeezilla tried to work with law enforcement in the past, but his work was described as not anchored to truth and often speculative. He is a lopsided journalist with an agenda, and he's nothing more than the Keemstar of crypto and finance. I got everything stolen from me and our community, stopped promoting publicly as soon as I knew the extent of the internal issues, took all of the heat on social, and you still published a defamatory defamatory hit piece, fully knowing I was innocent just so you could enrich yourself in your $10 million studio. Sharp, but deeply unethical, dangerously misleading, and illegal. I suggest you use the money you got from pumping your Patreon to hire a good lawyer. You're gonna need it. And maybe we could have talked about this if you had reached out to me, personally. Not my manager, Jeff, who is not me, Steve.
However, after Logan Paul being told numerous times that he is attempting to silence an investigative reporter, rose the internet's suspicion that he had been up to incredibly illegal activity following his crypto scam.
Coffeezilla is not a criminal. I called him, I apologized. My initial response to his series was that of fire, an ego flare, whatever it is, pride. I'm a fighter at heart, and I was defensive because I know I never scammed anyone with this project. I never made any money, never sold any tokens, and I only had the best intentions going in.
However, little did Logan's viewers know, this was a way for him to manipulate his audience into being on his side of the drama and to be against Coffeezilla. But the attempt was never successful, resulting in his apology video receiving an incredibly negative like to dislike ratio. This led to viewers coming forward to state things such as, "Dude can't even say he's sorry without playing the victim card. You were the face and leader of this project, so you need to own up to it." Bro, man, dude, this internal investigation was already done by Coffeezilla. You need to look in the mirror and realize you created this. It's called karma. However, what viewers never realized yet was that Logan actually promised that he would refund every individual that he scammed.
I am personally committing 1,000 ETH to this, which is about $1.3 million right now for players who want to get out.
But unfortunately for Logan Paul's CryptoZoo victims, he only promised to refund the individuals who stopped suing him for the amount that he owes towards the ones he scammed, proving that Logan Paul's intentions are to scam his audience and to make a profit, ultimately making Coffeezilla's CryptoZoo warning one of the greatest in internet history.